So everything that we experience is shaped by the toroidal field of our subconscious. This field is constantly circulating energy. It's pulling in experiences that mirror what it is we have yet to understand about ourselves. At the core of this field is the intersection of conscious awareness and our shadow, the unacknowledged aspects of our psyche. It's the intersection between 3 dimensions and higher dimensions. And whether we integrate or suppress these aspects determines how our energy flows and what it is we attract into our reality. So when the shadow is fully integrated, it is in a point of center. It rests, and our consciousness gains a greater sense of peace. So from this place, our energy can flow naturally without being distorted by the subconscious, which can act as a type of lens with cracks on it, depending on if we have subconscious beliefs or karmic baggage. And when this subconscious remains unincorporated, it either is projected outward in a masculine positive polarity or suppressed inwards in a negative feminine expression. This is what creates the positive and negative of the toroidal field. This is what is the vortex diagram with Nikola Tesla. That's what it's showing. So this positive masculine expression of the shadow is still the subconscious. It's just that it is projected outwards. This could be you trying to establish control or overcompensate because there's some part of you that still feels unsafe on a subconscious level, so you feel like you constantly need to prove that to reestablish that sense of safety because you don't feel it internally within yourself. And then there's the negative feminine aspect, which would be suppression. This creates the negative polarity and is also what would lead to things like self-sabotage, not fully stepping into power, and certain fears that you feel like you're not enough, or maybe you're not worthy to receive love or abundance. And ultimately, this is how the universe can mirror back to us what it is we don't understand about ourselves. And as we incorporate this, we're no longer beginning to worry about the future, which would be positive, or the past, which would be negative. And we can exist in the present moment and simply be. So without any type of victimhood or striving to find a solution, we can simply exist in the moment and allow the universe to do what it needs to do, and we can follow our intuition. We can tap into our body's nervous system. So in both cases, whether we project outwards or collapse inwards, the shadow remains unseen and integrated, or unintegrated, excuse me. And as we can work through this and exist and follow our intuition, we go into a natural state of flow. And suddenly life just becomes easier. And this toroidal field is shown with the vortex diagram with Nikola Tesla's 369, when he says everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, energy is the masculine, frequency is the feminine, and vibration is the 9. So 369, and vibration determines everything, it's completion. With 3 controlling the right side, 6 controlling the left. So this would be the masculine and feminine, and the yin and the yang, and then the yang within the yin and the yin within the yang. So it's the exact same expression, just a different format. Rather than the yin and yang, we are, it's more so in the realm of sciences. So it's essentially quantifying the qualitative aspects of existence. So everything in existence, speaking of which, has a toroidal field. Our consciousness creates it, but also it arises naturally as it's a repeating pattern. It's like higher fractals and lower fractals. That fractal pattern is continuous throughout each layer of reality, each dimension, or whatever you want to call it, density. So these continuous loops of motion are from atoms to electromagnetic fields to galaxies and even human consciousness. A good example to show how this works is, let's say you have a funnel and you have a ping pong ball in the funnel. If you blow as hard as you can with the funnel facing upwards, it creates a low pressure zone because there's more space. So that ball is actually going to be pushed down. It's not actually going to be pushed out and go upwards. And if you flip the funnel upside down and you blow as hard as you can, the ball is going to stay stuck to the funnel at the stem. And it's going to be suspended. It's going to go against gravity. This is exactly how consciousness and toroidal fields work. We are vibrating at whatever frequency we can actually process at. Whatever our subconscious level of understanding is, that's what we exist at. So unless we integrate our subconscious into conscious awareness, we can't actually go up in frequency. And this is usually causing the universe to step in with external pressure. So like life challenges and stuff like that. And then there's shadow work. This will create resistance. And if we engage with it instead of fighting it, we'll naturally raise our frequency by shifting our internal state, because we're letting go of karmic baggage and certain limiting beliefs, so there's not as much force that has to be applied for a shift in consciousness. So if we meditate, pray, journal, whatever spiritual practice you want to engage in, this allows you to process the things you aren't consciously aware of. And we can see this with the diagram of the levels of consciousness with the upward spiral and downward spiral. These are the pressure zones. Like when you blow the air out, it's creating a vortex upwards or downwards. And depending on certain thought patterns or loops, you can either spiral downwards, leading to a type of fracturing of understanding. You're not recognizing yourself more fully, or you're moving upwards. You are recognizing that everything is ultimately interconnected. And this allows you to raise your frequency. And as you do this, you can eventually reach a point where your consciousness will become a type of self-sustaining loop, in the sense that you're not going to get thrown off when certain external pressures hit you at a certain point. So you can stay at that frequency. So I hope you guys found this video interesting. And if you liked it, leave a like or a comment, subscribe. I have a Patreon and a GoFundMe linked down below if you'd like to know more and you want to help support me. I'd appreciate that too. And I hope you guys have a great day.